Dun, doo, doo, da-da. Dun, 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 da-da. Da-da-da. Da, da. Here is a Brian Cox eclipse. You've heard of lunar eclipses. You've heard of solar eclipses. Well, here's a Brian Cox eclipse. It's good, isn't it? Eh? It's good. Alright then. Enough of that. Woo! My globe. Love my globe. Used to. Well, I love it. I still love my globe. 45 years! 45 years I thought I lived on a globe. When I was 5 years old, I really had a hard time getting my head around living on a fucking globe. And then when I finally accepted it, I thought, alright, I'll live on a globe, because everyone else, yeah. All the else told me, the teachers, my parents, my brothers, everybody, all the older people, you know, the grown-ups. We live on a spinning globe, innit? You know? Oh, it must be true then. All the grown-ups said so. Must be true. And then when it came to me, when I was in my when I was in my teens, I had a really hard time getting my head around the whole idea. You know, I got into science. I was into all that stuff, astrophysicists and all the rest of it. Well, I would never class myself as an astrophysicist, but you know, I was into planets and space and science and all that. I was into all that shit. And in my teens, you know, I tried to understand what this whole idea about gravity was. I thought, if you know gravity, right? How is it that we stay on a spinning globe? When I sussed out that the Earth spins around at 1,000 miles an hour at the equator, it really boggled my mind of how is it that we actually stay on the globe that's spinning around at 1,000 miles an hour? You know, and I'm thinking, when something spins around, doesn't it throw things off? Why is it we stay on it? I struggled as a young, confused teenager. As a young, confused teenager, I struggled with this idea of how are we living on a spinning globe, you know? And of course, when I watched all the documentaries on the TV, I watched all that stuff, and I listened to my science teachers and all the rest of it, physics teachers, gravity, relativity, and all the rest of it, you know. So, okay, yeah, I accept it. Okay, yeah, it's cool. Okay, yeah, all right, whatever. And then that was it. Until 7 months ago. Now I realise it's all a lot of fucking bollocks, man. It's all fucking bollocks, a whole lot of it. Total bollocks. Anyway, I'm going to do part 2 in it. I watched this video today of the space shuttle launch, and with the old fisheye lens, green screen aura, weird sound effects, space sounds, and all the rest of it. Just basically reinforcing the whole idea that we are living in a Hollywood film set. We are wrapped up in science fiction. The world that was presented to us is not the world that we're living on. Anyway, so part 2 of what I was talking about yesterday, I was talking about Brian Cox. No, I've talked about Brian Cox before. Brian Cox. My homeboy from North, but he's, you know, with lovely smile. No, we're not talking Brian Cox. Yesterday I was on about Admiral Byrd, the Freemason Arctic and Antarctic explorer who has come up with all these different ideas. I mean, he went to the Arctic, and there's all these stories about him going into the Hollow Earth, and then they went to the Antarctic, and he found land. Oh, he found an area of land the size of the United States with uranium, coal, gold, oil, all the resources you can ever imagine. No, this is back in the 1950s. And Antarctic Treaty. All the top nations of the world have agreed not to actually own the Antarctic. Now that's an interesting concept, considering that Admiral Byrd allegedly said that there's so many resources down there in this continent at the bottom of the globe. Even though up and down is a relative concept in time and space, but I suppose it's for the sake of just getting our heads around it. North, south, up, down, whatever. Antarctic continent right at the bottom of the globe. It's a weird one, that. I really. I'm just looking at my globe now, sitting there, forlorn and neglected, and the Antarctic continent is looking at me. What have I done? What have I done? What have I done to deserve this? That's a Pet Shop Boys song, isn't it? Anyway, it's been a long day. It's been a very long day today. And yeah, part 2 of what I was talking about yesterday about Admiral Byrd, the Freemason. Of course, I forgot to mention that NASA is also a Freemason organisation. Freemasons are a secret society. My granddad was a Freemason, actually, as it happens. A secretive society that keeps the truth from the general public. In a nutshell. NASA, all the astronauts, or astronauts, are all Freemasons. NASA is a Freemason organisation. It's a department of the Freemason organisation. Pause, because I forgot what I'm talking about now. It's been a long day. Yeah, Admiral Byrd, I talked about him yesterday, part 1 of this conversation. And then there was Matt Powers. Well, I said Matt Powers, actually Matt Powerland. I got his name wrong. Matt Powerland. Matt Powerland, a former employee of NASA who was an artist. He used to do photorealistic art, and they employed him to paint him pictures of planets and galaxies and all the rest of it. And then they would pass it off as actual photographs taken from probes, or the Hubble telescope or whatever, And he said that his bosses pulled him up one day and told him the Earth was flat, and he thought they were just he actually thought they were pulling his plonker. And he was 3 years after that. It took him 3 years to realise actually that they weren't pulling his plonker after all. That they were actually telling the truth. That the top boys in NASA know the Earth is flat. They're hiding that knowledge from us. I mean, just imagine. Can you imagine the repercussions of that discovery? The 1940s, after World War II, America employed all these National Socialist scientists, rocket scientists, because Germany was well ahead in technology in the 1940s. They were the top technologists in the 1940s, the Germans, right? And when World War II ended, you've got all these rocket scientists in Germany, and of course, America. I think oh, I've got to use their abilities to build rockets. This rocket technology they got. Nobody else had that kind of rocket technology in the 1940s. Let's use the Nazi rocket scientists for our personal benefits and means and that. Anyway, there's a as I was saying yesterday, there was this there's a photograph of a V2 rocket sent up 65 miles altitude into the stratosphere. Black and white photo, sort of flat at horizon. It's tilted like that. It's a diagonal, but it's flat as a pancake, that is a crepe. And, you know, when they discovered in the late 40s, early 50s, they realised that the Earth is actually flat. They couldn't go public about that, could they? You know, can you imagine? It caused such a massive change in the social structure of the whole society. It would be revolutionary, you know. Can you imagine how many people would lose their jobs over this? There'd be a lot of job losses. There would be a lot of job losses when they discover you know, because so many science, you know, universities, colleges, schools, scientific institutions, the whole shebang, religious institutions, scientific institutions, educational institutions. You know, the list goes on. How many of them would just be completely crumble if they said, hang on, the world's not a globe after all. We are living on a flat plane, you know. We're living on a flat plane, stationary. It caused a lot of not just job losses, it caused revolutions, so they had to keep that one under the hat. So at NASA and all the colluding space agents, Soviet Union, NASA, they're all in the same club at the end of the day, you know. Keep the illusion alive. We're still living on a spinning globe, and let's do all these fake space missions, you know. Make people think that we're living on a globe, you know. And they're still trying it now, but it's wearing a bit thin now, you know. People are wising up now. People are waking up. It's all wearing a bit thin now, isn't it? So this guy, Matt Powerland, the actual name, Matt Powerland, he does stand up. He still makes his living doing his art, and he does stand up as well. And he always talks about his artwork and the whole flat Earth thing, you know. And yeah. And he actually said, you know, I mean, not just him, there's quite a few of the flat earthers, prominent flat earthers, Dave Murphy, Eric Dubai, etc. They've all got different ideas they've all got their own ideas of flat Earth. There's a few varying ideas, as I've said on part one. But at the end of the day, it's still flat, right? And he was actually saying that the Hubble telescope, yeah, it takes all these amazing pictures of galaxies, quasars, nebulas, the whole shebang, you know, gas clouds, you know. You got these fucking amazing cosmic photographs from the Hubble telescope, yeah. Absolutely phenomenal. And you've got phenomenal photographs of Saturn, Jupiter, and all the other planets, you know, the planets in the outer solar system. Recently, we got photographs of Pluto in it from that. I don't know what that name of that probe was that went out there. But anyway, Hubble telescope, yeah. Turn that motherfucker around, yeah. Let's have some footage of our own planet. Let's actually watch Earth in real time. Let's watch it in real time, doing the old turnaround, you know, the 24-hour spin. And he said, right, I'll call my friend in Australia. There's a big cloud over Sydney, yeah, right. I'll phone my friend up. Can you see that cloud? I'm watching this footage from the Hubble telescope of Earth, right? And there's a big cloud of Sydney. Can you confirm to me there's a cloud over Sydney? Because I can see it from here on the old Hubble telescope footage, you know, of the real time you know, it's not even time lapse, it's real time footage of Earth spinning around, the whole Earth, the whole planet, the whole globe, doing a whole turnaround in real time. Why have we got any satellites doing that? Why have we got any satellites actually showing us? The Hubble telescope should do that. It can take all these amazing photographs of the universe, the surrounding universe, the galaxies, the nebulas, etc. Amazing cosmic events. But why the fuck can't they turn that motherfucker around and watch Mother Earth doing the whole spin around, you know? The oblate pear-shaped spheroid, as Neil deGrasse Tyson said, you know. But it's so that the bottom portion of the Earth is wider than the top portion of the Earth. But it's so slight, it still looks like a perfect sphere. And they talk complete fucking shit, don't they? Absolute fucking shite. Gobshite. Fucking tosh. You know? Really? Seriously, man? Oh my God. And of course, there's different concepts of flat Earth. You've got the infinite plane concept, you've got the puddle planes, you've got the different puddles, you know. There's one puddle here, there's another puddle there, and another puddle there with their own sort of, and there's the domed concept. There's different concepts. We don't really know for sure. Bhumandala, the Vedic concept, you know, the 4 billion mile plane that extends from one end side of the universe to the other. You know, there's so many different concepts, but at the end of the day, it's a flat plane from observation, 8" per mile square the distance, you know. And I have seen it. I've been in North Wales, not too far above sea level. I can see the mountains of the Lake District, Cumbria, from North Wales, which is 100 miles away. Now, they should be 6,000 feet below the fucking horizon, you know. And I argue with this person who's a global person. I've actually switched off at it. Said that it's all about gravity and relativity. Gravity bends light. That's why you can see further than you should be able to. Huh? Huh? I thought only black holes could bend light. You know. I know a little bit about this science because I used to be into all that shit, cosmic bollocks. You know. Anyway. Turn that Hubble telescope around, let's see some real Earth. But you can't do it because it's not there. There is no Hubble telescope, there is no global Earth. Whoa! Keep it real, keep it flat. In it. Peace and blessed love. Namaste and Jai Nitsa.